Morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is.
Morning to you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Again.
And it's, you
Getting
can
earlier and
see
earlier.
I've got the curtains closed. I've got a jumper on. It's
Stop
very
blocking
cold.
the sun out.
No, I'm blocking out the miserable, horrible, dark rain. I came in here, left as set up as normal. It was pitch black, so I've had to shut curtains and put light on. 'Cause it was freaking dark. You'd never seen me.
I've,
There'd just been two
I've
eyes and
just
some
left
teeth.
the back garden where the sun's just setting.
Yeah, you can tell you've got sun. That
Tough.
your face is
Tough.
red.
Is it? Oh dear. It's a tough life.
Yeah, it really is.
A Man City the early game today, or the late game?
They're the 4 o'clock game.
I was at 11 my time.
'Cause that's
4:30, yeah, that's right. 4 plus 7 is 11.
Yeah, there we go.
Interesting.
Basic math. Well done.
Oh well, on that then. Come on.
So, Super
Been a
Sixes, there's
bad week,
two.
and it's been a bad week.
No, there's two Super Sixes for you to update on.
2?
For the simple reason that the Champions League has one.
Oh, does the League Cup not have one? We're Barnsley in it.
Look, let's not start on a bad note, right? Mm,
So the Champions League has a Super Six.
yes.
What are all them games? You only pick 6.
Well,
Irony.
otherwise it'd be a Super 18 if not.
Yeah, Super 35. Was you so before you start on your Champions League subject, was you enthralled by the Champions League then? Did it tick all the
Yeah, I
boxes
mean
as it was meant to tick?
it was amazing and it was so competitive that Bayern Munich only
All
scored
them
9.
games that we wouldn't have seen. So many games that you just wouldn't have seen if they'd not changed the format, mate.
There were so many games I didn't see because it actually now plays on a Thursday and I forgot.
Yeah, I started with it. I was going to ask this. What happened there? Why did Arsenal play Thursday? So when does the Europa League play then?
This coming week.
What? There's no Champions League.
No. And then the Conference Cup, whatever you
So
want to
what
call it,
nights? So what nights is Europa League on then?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, so they get their own week.
Yes. But then I'm not
Wow.
sure about the Conference League because that's then, I'm guessing, due to play the week after, but then the Champions League will be back. So I don't know how we're going to muddle that in.
I mean, they've made a total ball of this, haven't they? So the Europa League gets its own 3-day week.
Apologies,
I
no,
mean,
it's only a 2-day week for the Europa League. It's Wednesday, Thursday. Apologies, not 3.
it gets its own week. So I
Yes, it
mean,
gets its own
I don't even
week.
want to watch it. My team are in it.
But then also it plays the week after, and the UEFA Conference League plays that week. I'm so confused by all of this.
So is there no Champions League then for another 2 weeks?
So Champions League next plays
How do you
again
fit all these games in?
on Tuesday, the 1st of October is the next games. But that week is only a Tuesday, Wednesday week because Thursday is everybody in the UEFA League
This is
and
fucking brilliant.
everybody in the
Oh,
Conference League.
can you imagine meetings to set up these fixtures? I bet this has been going on for 10 years.
So literally, Thursday, the 3rd of October, there are 143 European matches also because everybody's playing in both competitions.
I don't understand. Why have they not all started at the same time? I mean, no one's watching Europa League anyway, are they? Unless you've got a team in there that you like. I mean, I'm not even watching it. My team's in it. I'd rather not. So why are we? I don't even know where to start, if I'm honest.
And then the
So there's 3
Conference League is even
competitions,
worse.
all played randomly. I mean, you don't know when your own team's playing now, do you?
No. But the weird bit I find about it is we'd originally done Sunday Premier League games, so the team playing Wednesday in the Champions League had an extra day's rest.
Yeah.
We're now playing Champions League, or we have done this week on a Thursday. So Arsenal have only had a day and 2 days rest, but they've had to travel back from Atalanta. How does
Harry
that work?
mind Keon. I didn't hear what you said there, mate.
No, I mean
No, don't start him on.
we've based a whole league plan of fixtures on a competition that now has made its own rules up again.
So when do Arsenal play again in Champions League?
At Christmas.
I mean, was it not? Did it not used to be Champions League
I thought
every
it
other
was
week
every
or
week, but the alternate
every week?
Tuesday,
That's what I'm going
Wednesday,
to say.
Wednesday.
Every week.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be you played Tuesday one week, you played Wednesday the next week until you played all your fixtures. So
Yeah, but
Arsenal,
now we've
who
decided
play
that's not
City
a thing.
today, so they're playing some Milan on 7th of November. I mean, that's 7th of November.
No, not 7th of November. It can't be. 2nd of October, the 1st, the next
Oh,
play.
wow. It says 7th of November. It's freaking miles away. Why have I got? So they play Bolton. So they've got to play EFL Cup, haven't they? So they play Bolton this week. They play Leicester at the weekend, and they play PSG on the 2nd of October, which is a Wednesday. So that week on Wednesday. Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yes. But weirdly, I mean,
And then
unless
they
the
don't
fixture
play
list,
again until 23rd October, which is 3 weeks after, isn't it?
but the fixture list I'm looking at doesn't have the Arsenal game on it. What?
Oh, I wonder if they've been kicked
Oh, it's
out.
Tuesday. They play Tuesday, the 1st of October. Sorry, I was looking at Wednesday. So yeah, they play Tuesday, the
Oh,
1st of
yeah, you got to
October.
remember that I'm talking in a foreign language, aren't I?
Yeah, I
I'm
can
middle of
say
the
there's
world.
nothing on a Wednesday there. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
anyway,
I
we
mean,
got slightly sidetracked. So Super Six for
yeah, so how
Champions
did you
League.
get on with Super 6? So you got two lots.
Yeah, so I'll just run you quickly through the Champions League one because nobody really cares because I basically
How
didn't watch
did.
any of it.
Oh, it's Super 6, not Dream Team, isn't it? Yeah. Well, so
Look,
how'd you
no,
pick a
don't go
Dream
down that
Team
road,
Champions
Jesus.
League? Oh, fucking hell. It's a bit confusing, wasn't it?
So Milan played Liverpool. I predicted 2-1. It was 3-1 Liverpool in the end, so we got 2 points. Real Madrid Stuttgart. I predicted 3-1. It was 3-1.
Epic game.
Bayern Munich Dynamo Zagreb.
Oh,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean,
I
that
put
game
2
alone
nil.
has just proven this is a lot of bollocks, hasn't it? 2
2 nil
0.
was quite wrong.
What did it finish? 9-2.
Yeah. One of the most competitive Champions League games ever, apparently.
Well, this is why we've changed, mate, because we need these games, don't we? We need that, extra edge that we weren't getting before.
Man City into Milan, which should have been a good game. I didn't watch it, but it was 0-0, so apparently it was crap.
Crap. Could have been crap in
Cel-
old format as well.
Celtic Slaven Bratislava.
Exactly. And why are they in Champions League? Can I ask?
I don't even know where they are.
I mean, well, they're obviously somewhere between Slavia and Bratislava. I don't know where either of them places are. Neither of them sound like they're in Europe, do they? But as
Uh,
again, I mean, is that a game that we wouldn't have got before? Are we happy that we got that game? Because even Celtic managed to win 5-1, didn't they?
I put 2-2 because I didn't have a clue. I don't even know any
Well, I
of
wouldn't
them
know who
were.
they were playing. I don't know if they're playing Romanian champions or Russian mafia. I mean, God knows.
Yeah, so I got that one wildly wrong. And then PSG Girona, I put 3-0 and they only managed to win 1-0. So,
Again, another game we didn't need to see. We weren't
no.
interested in. So there's been Liverpool Milan and City Milan.
Yeah.
Two of the games we would have got anyway had we not fucked about changing everything, making it a
And one of them was
14-day
crap.
week, and we still don't know where the rest of the teams play.
Yeah. Or whether it was any good. I said the Thursday
So
game.
the rest of the
So,
teams all play Thursday. So has everybody played now?
yes, everybody's played a game.
Oh, so
I
what's
think
table looking
Celtic are
like then?
top. Oh no, Bayern Munich are top and Celtic are second. I don't care. I literally
I mean,
don't care.
it's got to be the first league that Celtic have ever been second in, other than Scottish League, hasn't it? Champions League table? Is that what we're going to call it? Table? It's not a group, is it?
Initial
Using one.
round.
Oh, here we go. Bayern are
Scrolling
top.
it takes quite a
Celtic.
while, especially if you do
I
it on
mean,
a
it's gone.
phone.
Right, so Celtic, Bayern are top. Celtic say Leverkusen, Villa must have won. Yeah, they
They
did
won
quite
3
well,
0
actually,
against
didn't
Young Boys of Bern.
they? Again, another game you don't need to see in it. I mean, can you imagine being Aston Villa and calling for Champions League in first games against young boys of somebody? Sparta Praha off sixth. Who did they beat?
Christ knows. I've not even looked at half at fixtures. As some of the teams I don't even know. Brest apparently are in it. It's just
They must have got a result because they got a draw.
against
No, they got a win. Who did
again.
they beat? I
No.
don't know. I don't see fixtures. I can't. It's just a joke, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at other than Milan losing, AC Milan. Everyone lost who should have lost, and some other. I mean, Sturm Graz got a point. No, Sturm Graz lost.
I mean, the
Yeah.
enthusiasm for this tournament so far is through the roof.
I just don't know how we've had to bother. I mean, yeah. Anyway, it's not going to
Anyway,
change on our say so, is it? I
no, we'll
don't
go
think
back to
anyone's really
proper Super
listening
Six.
to us. How many points did you get? Did you win £1 million?
Funnily enough, no, because I didn't predict the 9-2.
Oh, I thought you got a new jumper on. I thought you must have won £1 million.
No, I've just had to find a jumper because it's freezing. I got 11 points, so I won the round of our league. So I did all right.
Our league? Are we in a league? Our
Yeah,
league?
there's only a few of us in it at the minute, but there's six of us.
Are the other people blind?
Well, one of them hasn't predicted anything for this weekend because he's forgot, and he was the one that reminded
Is
to
that
make
why
sure
you're
everybody
not
else had done
watching
it.
that?
He put a message in the group saying, "Make sure you've all done Super Six," and hasn't done it himself.
Oh, we'll call him Everton.
David, if you listen, you're an idiot.
Make sure you do it. Oh, I didn't do it. Brilliant.
So this week's games. First game, Liverpool Bournemouth.
You got that right, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Bang on. 3-0.
Absolutely bang on. What were it? 3-0.
Yeah.
Even Nunes
Because
scored
Bournemouth had a goal disallowed early on, 4th minute. Offside.
very early on, yeah.
Second game, Spurs Brentford. I put 2-0. It was 3-1. So some of the 2 points.
Damn, score line, really, isn't it?
And Villa Wolves, I put 2-0, and again it was 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah, Villa won 3-1.
Oh, they scored last minute, didn't they? Last way on, yeah.
Yes.
That Duran scored again, didn't he?
And Watkins
Mental,
scored again.
that. Yeah.
But then we come to the big letdown.
Oh, don't say it's Man United.
Yes, it is. I put 2-1 United, and it was 0-0.
Did you watch the game?
Yes.
We battered them for an hour.
Yes. How did you not score?
Absolutely battered them. Well, people online are saying that Ten Hag's got to go, and I'm like, that is not Ten Hag's fault, mate. There's no way. Ten Hag sent that team out to win that game, and they did everything but score.
Yeah.
You know, people were slagging off putting Eriksen in. I thought absolutely class. Xerxes were amazing. The only thing he did wrong is he brought Xerxes off and brought Rashford on. It's like bringing off an able-bodied person and bringing on one that's not. I mean, he was useless. Absolute waste of space. He should have left Xerxes on pitch. I thought it was really good, really good. I thought it were brilliant. It's a draw that you just devastated, aren't you? I mean, it felt like a loss in the end. We were just, the best we've played under Ten Hag, I'd say, since middle of first season. I thought we were brilliant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I watched, and I was sat watching, thinking, I don't know how you haven't scored. Literally, I don't.
after an hour, it started making so. Like I say, when he brought Xerxes off, I thought we lost something up front because we brought on Rashford. It was just, I mean, he found his level midweek, I think, playing Barnsley. So maybe we should sign him to someone in Championship. Can't think of anyone that's any good. But yeah,
We're in League One.
are you in League One?
You beat up on a League One side. That's what you did.
Oh wow. Well, maybe
Yeah.
he needs to go into League One then and play for
Wrexham.
Bolton.
They've got plenty of money.
Wrexham, yeah, he can go to Wrexham. Yeah, so he was useless when he came on. Yeah. I mean, anyone blaming manager's an idiot. If you're blaming Ten Hag for that, you've lost the plot because he put out the perfect team, and he can't be responsible for De Ligt missing headers and Bruno Fernandes missing and everyone else missing.
On another day, you score 6.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I say, if we play like that with somebody who's putting the ball in the back of the net week in, week out, it's game over by half time. 3-0, game over. So people calling for Ten Hag's head after that, you need to just go and have a shower because you've lost your mind. So yeah, if we play like that for the rest of the season, I'll be more than happy. So
Speaking of going for a shower, Martinez was nearly having an early one. What is he doing?
yeah, I know, but he doesn't actually touch the player, does he? In the end, it's like
It's not.
I know it's a
Point,
stupid
though.
idea. There's people going on like he's tried to break his leg. He didn't actually touch him.
But is that more luck than judgment?
Well, maybe, but I get the point. But he doesn't touch him. You can't censor people saying, "Oh, he's got to go." I'm like, he doesn't touch nobody. You can't send him off for jumping. But if he lands on the player, then he's got to go. That's fine. But he doesn't actually touch the player or go
Remember,
anywhere
what
near
does
him
he
in the
intend
end.
to do?
He intended to come on the pitch and play football. And during that, he thought he was a kangaroo and had a little jump. Fucking, they're all on saying, "Oh, he's got to go. He's done this, he's done that." I'm like, shut the fuck up.
I mean, you are right. He hadn't
stupid.
actually in the end done
It's
anything.
stupid.
Yeah.
Like we said about Declan Rice, it's stupid. Had Declan Rice not kicked the ball and just swung a leg out to do it, it'd be the same. But unfortunately, well, fortunately for Martinez, he doesn't contact with the player. It's a stupid idea to go in like that because you're always going to put yourself in danger, aren't you? Because
Yeah.
everyone's going to think. But he doesn't go nowhere near the player. So, well, he doesn't touch the player in any way, shape, or form. So you can't send him off. People are saying he's got to go. I mean, technically, it's not a yellow card because he doesn't actually do anything wrong. He gets the ball and doesn't touch the player. So it can't really be a booking, can it? He doesn't foul anybody. But, you got a booking for intent because he intended not to get the ball.
Yeah, but I just saw it and I'm like, what are you doing? What? How does that enter your head as a
It's
thing?
naive. It's naive to do that, but yeah, we should have won that game. It shouldn't even be a problem, should it? Let's be honest.
No, it should have been. It should have been dead and buried long ago.
Yeah, first half, we just started so well, and it was just like a matter of time before we scored. I just don't know how much time we needed.
Probably still till now. You might not have actually got there.
I don't know. Yes, I don't know. I don't know who would have scored for us. It's just like Garnacho hit the bar, Bruno hit the bar. De Ligt had 2 good headers, saved by the keeper. Bruno put that one wide outside his foot. It was like, who else can? Rashford didn't have a shot.
But then you could have nearly lost it after all that.
Yeah, because
they had 2 or 3 good chances.
Eze should have scored, shouldn't he? Eze had 2 chances to score. It'd have been harsh to lose it, but yeah, I think a 0-0 draw felt a bit like a defeat, to be fair. So,
but I think from a United perspective, you look like a better team this year, at least. There looks more about you.
But
You're
again,
still missing something, but it looks better.
we played. I know, and I go back to playing Barnsley, but when we played Barnes on Wednesday night, Thursday night, Tuesday
night,
whatever day it were, we played a 3-man midfield, and I'm not saying we're playing Real Madrid, but straight away we looked like a totally different side. Yesterday, he tried to play Bruno sort of one side of a 3, which it worked, but like I said, I still think Bruno's an issue to us. I think if he replaces Bruno with Ugarte, even then I think it's a totally different game because I just think we've got more about us all over the pitch. But yeah, I think we look a lot better at the minute. I say if you run through our fixtures this year, other than Liverpool, where we got torn apart, we look a lot better. But long way to go yet.
But yeah, I wouldn't use Barnsley as your benchmark for anything because
we're trying to. Rashford is anyway.
And Anthony.
Yeah, luckily he's not getting a game, so I don't need to worry about him.
But then the other games, and I'm going to sound like a broken record. My God, again, have you seen? So, Nick Pope, what are you doing for the Fulham second goal? He just puts his hand in the way and it bounces in.
And I saw it. No, I didn't actually. I weren't paying enough attention to it. I saw the goal, but couldn't blame anybody because I weren't paying that much attention to it.
Literally, it hits his hand and he just lets it roll in the net. Bruno Guimaraes then plays.
It's a Smith Rowe goal. I have seen it. Toe pokes at him, doesn't he? Yeah. He's a good goalkeeper him as well, so that's a bit shit for him.
Bruno Guimaraes then plays a ball from his own corner straight across the front of his 18-yard box and they score again.
No, that's the one I haven't seen. I have seen the goal, but I didn't pay attention
to it. That's utterly horrendous. That's not playing out from the back. That's just stupidity. Borderline idiot. Or just idiot. Carlos for Villa for the Wolves goal. Again, playing a stupid pass.
I saw that one.
Doesn't get anywhere.
That was stupid, yeah.
Kepa for...
Villa started sluggish, though, didn't they? Really sluggish. You could tell they played midweek. Luckily, they finished well, but they started like a team that had played midweek.
And they're playing a team that's bottom at league. Because Wolves are now bottom.
The Wolves bottom now. Everton and Southampton both got a point, didn't they?
off each other.
No,
I believe.
no. Everton drew with Leicester.
Leicester, yeah.
Southampton drew with
Ipswich, other team in blue.
some 7-year-olds that could play. Oh yeah, Ipswich. Yeah. Oh, did you see his miss? That Smodsy, where they got him from? He couldn't find it. He's never going to score a goal. What were he doing? Shooting him everywhere, but net.
Yeah, Kepa for Bournemouth, Brentford. Sorry, was it Bournemouth? Whichever one it is.
Kepa plays for Bournemouth, doesn't he?
Comes running out into literal no man's land.
Oh, for
nowhere near
Diaz's.
goal.
Well, I mean, what's he doing for Nunez's goal? I mean, Nunez shoots from like 20 yards to right of him and finds far corner. I mean, if you're a decent keeper, that's never going in.
It's just.
I mean, Nunez he weren't even shooting. He meant to cross it. So I mean, I don't know what's going on there.
First
He
goal
was
in
shocked
like
he scored. He
13
cried.
games or something.
Well, he will be. He's rubbish.
But yeah,
He'll
it was
probably
just
get an hat-trick next week.
comedy of errors again. Just.
Did you see Buemo's volley for
Yeah.
Brentford against Spurs? That was very nice.
Inside 3
He's a
minutes.
good player.
So.
Very good player. In fact, if you're going to buy Tony Brentford, Tony, whatever he's called, no, what's he called? Ivan Tony, or him. He looks like a good bet. Him. He's a good player.
It's all right. Ivan Tony's gone to playing sand. So.
No, it's a good league according to somebody who plays out there. We're all going to look foolish soon.
I look foolish already. I'm already good at that.
We're going to take over the world and play the greatest football possible.
No. Sorry. Not going to happen. Ever.
Oh, no, it's not. But, somebody wants to claim. Someone's been paid by them out there to say that, aren't they? So they're going to say.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. It'll get them a World Cup that we'll all have to go and watch it middle of winter again.
I think probably on the right time for me, won't it?
I've no idea. But yeah, middle of your summer. You'll actually get a Summer World Cup all of a sudden because it's going to be played in a desert.
Oh dear. West Ham were pretty bad, weren't they?
Chelsea ruined them. Absolutely ruined them.
West Ham were horrendous. I mean, if they think they're better without Moyes now than they were with him, they're going to have a rude awakening because they are bad. Their defending was horrendous. They're marking nobody.
4 games, 5 games roughly now. They look
Where
really
are they
good.
now?
I mean, it's still early
They've got
on.
to be near bottom.
Yeah, it's not going well.
Well, they got 4 points from 5 games. Not doing that bad, but they didn't look very good.
But then, speaking of that game, I'm glad you brought that game up. How do West Ham not get a penalty?
For the pull on.
He drags him by the arm for about 3 seconds.
What did VAR say to him? Because VAR looked at it. I mean, he's got hold of his wrist. That's not even a remote part of the body he should be touching on a football. Why is he? He's got hold of him. It's a clear penalty.
Yeah,
pulls him. It doesn't go down theatrically. It just gets pulled back, falls over. How is that not a penalty? What has VAR looked at and gone? Nah, it's not a penalty.
Because apparently they've set the bar higher. A foul's a foul. Simple as.
It's not the pole vault. It's fucking football. What do you mean the bar higher? He's got hold of his wrist. How is it? How is that? It doesn't matter if he pulls him or doesn't. You shouldn't be grabbing anyone's wrist when he's running into the box. That's not a tackle. You tackle with your feet only. If you're tackling somebody with your hands, it's a foul. Yeah. You're not allowed to do that.
It's not rugby.
It's like, if he got hold of his wrist, then it's a foul, isn't it? There's no way around it. If that's in middle of park, he's getting booked. He's getting a yellow card. If you're breaking away on a breakaway and he does that on a centre circle, you're getting a yellow card.
Oh,
so it's a penalty all day long.
All day.
I thought he played quite well. That's Somerville, is it?
Somerville, yeah.
Somerville. He looked a decent player, but yeah, that's a penalty all day long.
The thing is, they've got a few decent players. Paquetá's quite a decent player, but it's just not gelling for them. I don't know if it's the new manager and they're still not used to how he wants to play or what, but it's just not working.
Well, if you watched him on sideline and his hand gesturing and he looked like a guy who just left old people's home who didn't know where he was going. He was totally confused at what were happening. He's got a guy stood next to him, giving him hand gestures, and he's looking at him. I don't know if they weren't speaking the same language, but it was just unbelievable. And there's no wonder they didn't know what they were doing. It was chaos. Absolute chaos. I'm like, but yeah, you've got to get a penalty for that. And probably change the game a little bit, doesn't it? But they got battered in the end.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, they're not a good side.
But they should be. Moyes had an 8th last season, 7th, 8th last
Yeah,
season.
but some
So
sacked him. Should we said episode 1, episode 2? We said they should never ever have sacked Moyes. If West Ham think that they're going to get a manager in and do better than they did with the squad they've got, I mean, with all due respect to Somerville, who's probably one of their best players at the minute, it's a championship player. They're signing
yeah,
from a championship team. He's not going to, it's not like they sign somebody from a Champions League side. They're not going anywhere under this manager where they
no,
didn't go before. They're not going to finish above top 8. If you look at the 7 teams that finished above them, they're not beating any of them. Even Man
no.
United, and we're crap.
I mean, and when you look
So
at it, there's many more better teams that had bad seasons. Chelsea,
yeah,
Man United, that
definitely.
should be above them.
Chelsea were rubbish. We'll finish above them in the end. But you've got to look. You look at the teams that finished above them; they're all going to finish above them this season, no matter what. So to
Yeah,
finish 8th was unbelievable, and to get a trophy,
yep. And decided that wasn't good enough somehow.
madness. Whoever owns
Don't
that
really know
football
how.
club's a clown. Is he American who owns it? He's not, is he? Actually,
No, it's the David.
is
Oh,
it
is it still
Golden?
Golden Sullivan?
Did one of them die?
Oh, don't know.
I think one of them passed away, didn't he?
We'll move on from that.
There'll be an American involved somewhere. Definitely,
Reincarnated the
there's
dead.
got to be.
Other football news that's not Premiership related, and it's a huge transfer.
Oh, I know what this is. San Marino signed somebody to play in a hybrid friendly.
It's worse.
Definitely.
It's much, much worse. Andy Carroll has signed for Bordeaux, who are in the French 4th division and are no longer a professional team, the semi-pro.
He's definitely not gone for the sunshine, has he? And the fact that he
Well, he's
lives,
gone.
what, an hour away from the south of France? Not even an hour, half an hour away.
Yeah, he's gone to play semi-professional football in
Andy
Bordeaux.
Carroll. Semi-professional, is that what it is?
Yeah.
They could have come out here.
They dropped their professional status after getting relegated because they were in dire financial straits. So yeah, Andy Carroll's gone there in big news this week.
Wow, good old Andy Carroll.
Once the most expensive centre forward in England, if I remember rightly, when he moved to Liverpool.
He's been the most expensive player to ever play in football for like minutes of quality, definitely. He is useless. He should have been a
Yeah,
basketball player.
that was quite something.
Did you see the guy who confirmed what a hybrid friendly is, by the way?
Yes, Matt, I do know Matt.
He confirmed that it's
Nothing to do with electric engines.
no, funnily enough, it's not to do with San Marino having an electric engine in the dressing room. It's to do with them playing club side. Funnily enough, having seen Matt's comment, I checked, and San Marino never played a club side. So that's 15 minutes of my life I've wasted reading a stat and then checking every game they've played. And you should see some of the teams they've lost to. They've lost to St. Kitts. Well, I believe it's somewhere in the
Bahamas.
Jamaican area.
Yeah.
Where? Yeah, that's out that way. And they've lost to them twice or more. I don't even know. They've never played a league side, so I don't even know why that was a stat.
So the hybrid friendlies that it doesn't include, they've never played.
Never played one. So, yeah. I thought, you know what? Since he said that, I'm going to look. And I thought, oh, have they played as a club side? Who's thought, you know what? San Marino, that's a bit of a challenge for us. We'll play them in a pre-season friendly. They haven't played anybody. That's the answer to that.
So thanks, Matt, for clearing up what it is, but it was all pointless.
Yeah, thanks to Instagram for wasting half of my life on a start that didn't even exist. Fuck's sake, man.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, they've never played one. I don't know who has ever played one. I can't think of a time where I've ever thought a national team have played a football team.
Not in Matt did say that it happened a couple of times in the 90s for Arsenal, but I don't.
And I don't know why would he allow it.
Well, why would anybody want to? It's a better question.
I don't know.
What would you gain out of it?
I just thought that's the last time I ever come across that. Anyway. Although, we'll not have, this time next week, we'll have nothing to talk about because all players are going on strike, aren't they?
Yeah, because Rodri's decided that they all play too much and they're all really upset, and it's all
Too
very.
much. They play too many games. So, I suggested to Rodri that he takes half a pay cut and plays half a games. Seems like fair enough. suggestion to me.
When I
I don't
saw
think.
that, I did a little bit of math. So I figured out they work, and if I'm being generous, about 19 hours a week if you include travel and training at most.
Yep.
He earns about £11,000 an hour for doing that, if you
It's
prorata his wages.
pathetic. Absolutely pathetic.
I'll quite gladly swap him.
But the thing is,
Definitely.
this is what annoys me, right? If you're so tired and you're so worn out, go to your manager and say, "I'm not fit to play this Saturday." You still get paid.
Problem
Sit on
solved.
the bench.
Yeah.
So what's his problem? No one's making him go out on that pitch. Say to him, "I'm feeling a bit drained. I'm feeling a bit tired. I could do with sitting Saturday out." No,
Yeah.
I won't. 'Cause he wants the money for playing.
Yeah.
Can't you shut up? Lots of them. I mean, some of the players that are complaining don't even play football. They're just substitutes for other teams. But absolutely pathetic. He's taking over 200 grand a week, and he thinks that we're going to feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
And there's people on
Basically.
there saying it's not about the money; it's about his welfare. He doesn't get to see his family. Like he's at work 3 hours a day. He gets to see his family every single day. What about people that work away, actually doing a proper job,
Or
who
people that
get to
work
earn
nights, or people that work on
50
oil
grand a
rigs.
week, 50 grand a year? Sorry,
Yeah.
not 50 grand every 3 days. Absolute
People that are in
morons.
army that can travel away for 6, 7 months a year.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Don't
get
see
nothing.
family.
Get
Yeah.
paid absolute jack shit. I mean, how to isolate yourself from the public is, yeah, to say stupid things like that. And then there's Danny Murphy. I think it might be Danny Murphy saying he didn't say that. I'm like, he definitely did. It got lost in translation. So he said it in fucking English. Didn't get lost in no translation. I heard it. He said it in English, and he said, "We will strike." Rock on, pal. Absolute morons.
It's
Lost in
pathetic. I'm
translation.
sick of
Oh,
hearing
it
this.
is.
And I get player welfare is a thing and it needs to be monitored, but for most clubs of, say, middle Premiership level, their number of fixtures hasn't changed in 30 years.
And they play less than people in Championship. Because people in
Yeah,
Championship, teams in Championship are playing
6.
46 games
Plus League Cup, FA Cup,
plus League
Bristol
Cup.
Street Motors Trophy. 'Cause that's
Is
the
it not
thing.
Johnston Straight Paint Trophy anymore?
No, it's Bristol Street Motors.
Wow, sponsored by a shit car dealer and all.
It's just getting worse, that. I mean, I don't know how much lower it can go.
I mean, I'm not saying I'd buy Johnston's paint, but I wouldn't definitely buy a Bristol Street car. So either way,
Yeah, so that, I mean,
yeah, they play less
so,
games than them to start with.
yeah. And playoffs. So if Barnsley get to playoffs, you'll play a minimum of about 60 games a season, minimum.
Well, you're lucky they're not getting there, mate, because they're shite.
We're third in league, so leave us alone. We beat the mighty Burton Albion yesterday.
Oh, yeah, they
Quite
just
funny.
honestly any players that come out and say that, absolutely pathetic.
I
How to
mean,
isolate yourself from the general public in one fell swoop is to say that crap. So who's going to look at it and think, oh, other than ex-professional footballers like Martin Keown and Danny Murphy who just want to jump on bandwagon because they need a few quid. It's just, give over, man.
I
Give a
can't
grip.
have sympathy for somebody paid that amount of money living the lifestyle they are. I just can't. I never
And
will.
you see how many people online will say, yeah, but it's not about the money. They don't care about the money. Why did he sign the contract then? Why didn't he just say, well, I'll take 45 grand a week. Can I just play every other Saturday?
Yeah, and say if you don't care about the money, don't have it then.
Don't
Give it
take
to other
it.
people.
Just say, I can't play for the next 2 weeks and don't pay me.
Yeah, problem solved.
Problem solved. Yeah, exactly. Problem solved. You don't need to pay, you need a rest, and don't take your money.
Hmm,
I've never
Pretty
seen a
simple,
player come
really.
out and say, I'll give the money back. I'll donate it to charity and I'll have this Saturday off.
Yeah. Instead, they just want to
Morons.
bitch and moan that it's all too hard for them.
They do. They're pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. A lot of them. And then they're all taking sponsorship deals from Nike and all the rest of them and working on a Tuesday and Thursday and Friday, filming these videos. If you need a rest, say no to them
Yeah.
and go and have a rest.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let them go on strike. I don't care anyway. Most of them are shite. Send Anthony on strike and Rashford. You can have them both. And Luke Shaw, 'cause he don't play. He's getting paid to do no. So he can go on strike and all.
I wonder if that's what Phil Jones did. Was he just on strike for 10 years?
Uh, can't say that. He's come out and been very sincere about his time at Man United. He played 13 games in 4 years and he was devastated. absolutely devastated. He only took £15 million.
We were all
He's
devastated when he played them 13 games.
never ever going to recover from this. People take it mickey out of him. I mean, just turn your fucking social media off, you moron, and just fucking take your money and shut up. 4 years, he played 13 matches, and he's going to witch you. Honestly, social media's made everyone soft, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I
And
wish
I feel
people
like
had abused us on social media.
I had one guy call me a clown earlier.
Well, they were right. Who were it? I'm going to message him back.
I called
Did you
Helmut
just tell him you'd
Marko.
take a pay cut?
I called
Did
Helmut
you tell him
Marko
you
a
didn't want to
clown.
do you didn't want to do podcast no more, so you're going to take a pay cut and you're going to have every other week off. We're going to do two a month.
Yep, that's all I'm going to do. I'm overworked and underpaid.
Eh dear. Footballers. We love them, but we hate them.
Yeah. Watching football or the surroundings of football is enough to give you bad blood pressure.
Or did you hear the audio of the Declan Rice
Yes.
sending off? I mean, come on. Why? You know, when referees get abused and they say we shouldn't get this level of abuse. If you're going to be that pathetic, I don't want to send you off, but I have to. I mean, just tell him. Why was he such a girl about it? What was all that about?
I think referees are overly careful these days because they're mic'd up to make sure they're being prim, proper, not saying anything they
Just be
shouldn't.
honest. Just say to him, you kick the ball away, it's a red card. Not,
Yeah.
I don't want to send you off, but
They've
it's
left
the
no
letter of the
choice.
law. I mean, you're just making yourself sound an idiot, aren't you? All you're doing is leaving yourself open to criticism from everybody, from the players next time, because they know they're going to take advantage of you, and from everybody in the world of football. Just say, you kick the ball away. And when he says I didn't, say, well, you did. There's a video there showing you doing it. So it's a red card, mate.
Yeah.
Not,
Don't move on.
And he sounded so pathetic when he said it. I mean, who's gonna? No wonder they've got no authority on a football pitch, is there? I mean, if that's the way he talks to players,
I mean,
getting
can you
laughed at.
imagine if that had been Kalina?
It wouldn't have
Scary,
happened, would it?
bold-eyed Kalina. He would have
Wouldn't
literally
happen in
stared
any
him
other
off the
sport, would
pitch.
it? Imagine that in rugby. I'm sorry, mate, I've got to sin bin you. They'd be like, get off, you big get him sat down. Only football referees could make us sound so stupid, couldn't they?
The only part of that audio that I thought was good, though, is it actually showed that they did understand it for once and they got it right.
They got it right, but you just got to have your courage, your convictions, haven't you? Don't
Yeah.
send him off and then apologise for doing it. I mean, it's like, well, don't send him off then if you don't think it's the right thing to do.
You feel that bad about it?
I mean, it was pathetic.
Yeah, it
Absolutely
was.
pathetic. Anything else happened in football that we don't like?
A lot of things more
I don't
things
think there
these
were that
days.
many bad moments of defending or playing up from the back this week, were there? That I can
Well, yeah, you
think of.
3 earlier. I mean, that's enough for one
Yeah, I mean
week.
that's three's enough. I mean, the other week they were like 40, weren't they? I mean,
But we were goalkeepers' turns this week just to be stupid. Like I said, Pope and Kepper.
yeah, can't have it all, can we?
And then the only other thing that I saw happened, which was quite amusing, was Everton game was delayed because of rain.
Delayed. I
It
watched some
rained.
of the Everton game, but
It rained quite heavy just before half time, so they all stood in tunnel for 20 minutes. It was a bit wet.
during the game it got
No,
stopped.
no, at half time. It started raining just before half time. It
Oh,
did
right.
get
I
quite
saw the
heavy.
rain because Pickford nearly threw a ball in back at net, didn't he? Because they were having a bit of a moment when they didn't realise they were a post there. Being a goalkeeper, obviously, surprised by post.
Yeah,
And
so they
I saw the
delayed.
rain, it was
Yeah,
quite heavy.
delayed the second half because it was raining. Bless them. Don't want to
In
be kept.
England.
Yeah,
I
funny
mean,
enough.
the one thing you can be sure of in a football match in England is it's going to rain at some point. I mean,
But the pitch didn't look like it was
that's.
struggling or anything. The pitch looked fine, but they just delayed it.
Oh, well. I didn't know they delayed the second. To be fair, I didn't watch the second half. I watched the first half of Everton and I watched the second half of Tottenham, which was a bad mistake because all the goals for Tottenham came first half. So, yeah,
Well done.
balls up there a little bit.
So I'm done with footballing annoying me for another week, so I'm just going to get annoyed by F1 instead.
Well, Red Bull couldn't have their new livery, were they? Because it was too heavy. Did they use Dulux paint? Was it? I mean, what
Lead-based
the?
paint.
I mean,
But
what
so
what paint were they using? How heavy was it?
we'll get the elephant out of the room straight away. I said Red Bull would be terrible.
Yeah, second.
Max is second. Great.
Yeah, he did well. As soon as I
But one of
saw it
them
was early on in it, weren't it? Every now and again he kept popping himself top, and I thought, well, this is not going to Rob's plan, is it?
Nothing ever does. But Perez
What
was
did they
bad, so
change?
I'm
They've
staying
changed
by
something,
that.
haven't they? They've done something to the car this week.
They changed the setup between Friday and Saturday. The car was terrible on Friday. It was all over the place. He was 13th, I think, in FP2 or something like that. But they changed the car overnight, and they found something. Whether it'll work in race, we don't know. Obviously,
Did
we'll see in May.
they pass their setup onto Ferrari?
You can't have a setup when your car's in a hedge.
How do you crash when you're not actually doing anything? Technically, I hadn't started doing anything and
Nope.
crashed. I mean, if he crashed at turn one, you could accept it, but he actually crashed before the lap began.
Yes.
And he blamed cold tyres, dirty road, and a
Dirty
pigeon.
air.
Dirty air, that was it. Dirty air.
And the dirty road. Dust.
Dirty air from a
Car
helicopter.
slightly ahead of him.
Oh, in Formula One, imagine that. Imagine having a car in front of you. You know, it's like they're always not designed to follow each other. I mean, it's not like
Well,
they've
the
built it
drivers
as a
don't
leading
understand it,
car, have they? I mean, how has he put that there?
I don't know. It really was
I mean,
quite a pathetic
literally,
accident, to be honest.
well, more than pathetic. I mean, Lance Stroll had been proud of that one.
Lance Stroll did crash at that same corner the other year.
What, this weekend? Oh,
No, the
not
other
this
year.
weekend, has he? I was watching for him crashing. I thought there's too many walls here for him to avoid. He's going to crash this weekend.
He did. On Friday, I think he hit a wall. Sure he's had a
I
crash.
will do.
This
I
is
will do.
Lance Stroll.
But I think Daddy will have edited it out, won't he?
Don't want him to look bad.
Don't want him to look bad. That's my son.
Oh, speaking of editing
Yeah,
out,
science is an idiot, isn't it?
drivers are now in trouble for bad language.
Oh, it's like when when you watch Sky Sports News and they say they go to a game and there's someone swearing in the background, they say, we're sorry for the language. Who's watching football and offended by swearing? Who's offended by swearing in the world anymore? I mean,
It was
Jesus
better
Christ.
last night, though. So the boxing that was on, which was on at 11 o'clock at night, somebody swore at the end of a fight, and they put a thing at bottom saying we apologise for any language. You post watershed, and it's boxing. The pummeling.
See over here,
shit
they
out
swear
of each
on
other.
they swear on local radio here.
Did they really? Wow.
Yeah. I mean, they don't go mental on it, but
Mm.
if they say shit, it's allowed on that. They had a on our local radio, which is like Radio 1, they had your little shit moment when you've like had a problem with a little kid that's been a little shit, and they called it your little shit moment, and you could ring in and tell them that you had a problem with a little shit. That's allowed. Now back in England, you get cancelled for that,
Oh yeah. And
and
Max
probably get jail time at the minute. To be fair,
Max has got community service for it.
what's wrong, community?
He has to do something for
Community.
charity or something in F1 because he swore in a press conference.
But swearing. Can I hope FIA don't watch this podcast? I'm fucked.
I mean, I understand and appreciate the line of shouting and swearing and abusing your race engineer because that becomes different because that's kind of abuse in the workplace kind of thing.
Once again,
But
that's
just
not,
saying,
with all due
"Fuck,
respect, that's
shit,
not an
bollocks,"
FIA problem, is it?
no.
You know, if I swear at my manager at work, I haven't got a job, but if I did, then there's not a governing body that phone my company up and say we're gonna give Paul community service. You deal with that in house, don't you? If
Yes.
Max swears his engineer, then they should take action against him.
Hmm.
If you don't take action against him, then you're building a rod for your own back and you're letting him do what you want. I don't understand why the FIA. I mean, I didn't even know this, so
Yeah,
why they
so
give them, I saw something about it. Lewis Hamilton said something about community service, and I just ignored it because it's Lewis Hamilton, and when he's talking, he's an idiot. So I just thought, he's saying
because
something
he
stupid
swore
again.
in an FIA press conference, the FIA have jurisdiction over it, and he said the car was fucked in Azerbaijan. Literally, that's all he said. And he's got basically arrested by the FIA police.
I mean, they don't even have to send it out because it won't be live, will it? It'll be tape delayed anyway.
No, it was a live press conference.
There's always tape delay. They're always 30 seconds behind, so
Yeah,
they could
true.
always they could have just like it's pathetic, is it? I mean, I don't like Max. He's a moron, but that's just pathetic.
But then the funny part about it was after that, Ted was in the pit lane trying to do a piece on the Ferrari front wing. Didn't realise he was live, messed it up and went, oh, fuck it, start again on a live broadcast.
So has he got community service as well?
No, because he doesn't work for the FIA and he wasn't in a press conference, he was in the pit lane.
Is that not double standards because it's the same sport doing the same thing?
Yeah.
So
But
surely he's got to go and do the same thing.
it was more the comedy value of him thinking he could say cut because he thought he was doing a recording and it was a live broadcast.
But is that not just funny? Can
Yeah.
that not just be funny anymore?
No.
It's not like he's come out and swore at a kid. He's not walked down a pit lane and gone, "You little shit, fuck off." It's just natural, isn't it? Everybody swears. Everybody, makes mistakes. Why can't we just take that as a bit of fun, flip it up a little bit, play it back a few times, have a laugh at him, and everyone move on?
Because according to Mohammed bin Suleiman, the head of the FIA,
I bet he's never swore, has he?
when Formula One drivers swear, it just makes them sound like rappers.
Yeah, well, it's probably best I say no more at this point because that definitely won't get me cancelled.
But yeah, I mean, he's told drivers they shouldn't swear on the radio, but I don't know how you can police that. And it's beeped
But
out
why
anyway.
would you police that? No, why? Like I said, all radio messages are tape delayed. So
Yes.
who is it offending? If it's
No.
offending the guy at the other end of the radio, then you need to be saying to your driver, "Stop swearing at me." And if you are saying that, I think you're a bit of a muppet yourself because if you're offended by people swearing now, it's not 1970, is it? Oh, come on, we're all grown men. If we swear at each other, we can understand the context of it. You're either swearing at somebody because you've been obnoxious to them, or you're swearing at somebody because it's just a bit of fun.
I said the only time I
Deal
have
with
an
it
issue
yourself.
with it is when it becomes across as, and I don't want to pick on Max, but the Max at Hungary thing was a bit far, in my opinion. Just the
Yeah, but
tirade of abuse over the radio was a
there's no
bit.
need for FIA to get involved, is there?
Oh no, they haven't done on that. They've
Red
just
Bull
said
should
please
be
come.
dealing with that. Red Bull should be dealing with that themselves.
Yeah,
And Max looks bad enough, he's tarnished his image by saying what he said.
yeah.
That's the end of it, really, isn't it? There's no more to it than that. But if Ted Kravitz is saying that in pit lane, I mean, is it really that bad? Are we really
No,
having to? There'll be people writing in, won't they, saying, "I want him taken off the show. I want him." He'll have to answer to it, won't he?
but yeah. So then Max decided to retaliate by in the next press conference. He just sat there saying no comment. I've got. And then somebody said, "Why are you not answering?" He went, "I am. I've just got a problem with my voice." So, which was a bit childish and a bit of a dick, but it's all just become a bit childish.
This is the way they're going to lead people, aren't they?
Yeah.
It's like when footballers saying, "I'm not playing because I'm too tired," and I can't do this. People are just going to turn against people. The drivers are going to turn against the FIA now, aren't they? And stop doing these interviews and just
Yeah,
say, "Well, I'll just give you one word answers, and I can't get
and he
myself in
did.
trouble, can I?"
He then said to all the journalists, "I'll answer all your questions outside when I'm not in the PC room."
Yeah. That's
So
the best
he
way.
answered them all
Like I
outside.
say, I'm not a Max fan at all, but good on him. Well done. Well said. Yes, they're idiots. If that's the way they're going to treat people, then fuck them. Don't get no content, do they?
Well, that's you now getting community service from the Ben Suleiman man because you just swore.
Well, have to find me first, warning. I live in middle of nowhere. So,
Yeah, the other big
good
news,
for him.
well, the other big story which has kind of been blown kind of wild out of proportion is the McLaren rear wing. What do you know about the McLaren rear wing?
Well, I know it's not a backup car. I know it's part black, part papaya orange. And I know that if the FIA say it's legal, why are teams allowed to complain?
Yeah, so that's the big issue. So it
I
is
don't get
legal.
this. It's happened a few times. Mercedes' steering wheel that
Gas
move
system.
forward, backwards. So everything that the team does this is my understanding, so I might be wrong, has to go through the FIA first and be approved. So they have to do certain testing,
Mhm.
statutory testing, like in a physical position. If the FIA pass it, it's tough shit. Why teams are then allowed to turn around and say, "Oh, I don't agree"? Well, it's not your regulations, mate. Of course, you're not going to agree because they're winning. I've not seen anyone contesting Williams' rear wing. because they don't win
True.
fuck all, does they? So it's always the same, isn't it? People always contest teams that are beating them at something. If
Yeah.
the FA have passed it from the start, tough shit. Game on. Why did they're not jealous because they didn't think of it?
Mm. It's so the basis of it is McLaren are exploiting a grey area within the rules, which is a story as old as time in Formula One. Everybody's always done it.
That's what Red Bull have done for the last 2, 3 years, haven't they? Sandwiches
Mercedes
and
have
shit.
always done it. Ferrari have done it
Mercedes did it
historically.
with the
Red
steering
Bull
wheel.
have done it. But yeah, basically, it passes the load and deflection test. So in a solid
Static.
state,
Yeah.
yeah, it will take the load that it's meant to do without flexing. However, once there's aero involved and movement, it basically rotates. It doesn't deflect. It rotates, so
Yeah,
it's
so it
slightly
creates a
bending
gap,
backwards.
the bigger gap.
The current test doesn't and can't test rotation. It tests load and deflection. It passed the load and deflection test, but everybody's saying, "Oh, well, it's opening the wing." Well, because
But how can you ban something you can't test?
exactly. So in theory, no aero parts can move in Formula One. They have to be rigid by the letter of the law.
I mean, how is
However,
that even possible?
and this is where the load and deflection test comes in because they know they can't make them rigid because they basically fly off. There's allowed a certain movement. So when they're not moving, they put load on them and see how much they bend and distort and deflect. Everything's past that. So technically, that wing and that car is legal. So everybody complaining that they should be kicked out of Baku isn't going to happen. Never will because that car was legal.
Oh, so what are McLaren agreed to do then?
They've agreed to slightly change the construct of I think it's the end plate and sort of 100 mil in because it was just to stop it bending back a little bit. Basically, that's all they've agreed
So
to
it's
do.
opening too much on the fins at
Well,
the end.
well, because the back bit is sort of leaning back, it's then slightly looking as though it's opening the DRS. It's not. It's creating a gap because the whole wing's moving, so it's just altering the angle.
Right.
But the big part of
So it's
this
not as
story that's
rigid
been
as I'd
missed
like it to be.
by a lot is it's only on the low downforce rear wing because I've said multiple rear wings for multiple tracks.
Yeah.
That wing will only be used once more this season at Vegas. So it's all a storm in a teacup and a non. It's not a story. It will be used once more and it will be
No, it's not.
slightly strengthened.
But it shouldn't even be a thing, should it? Because you shouldn't be able to challenge something that's nothing to do with you. The FIA passed the rules.
They
How
do,
are
but
you then?
unfortunately, the FIA has a history of reading their own rules wrong. So this is why people challenge them because they don't know their own rules half the time.
VAR. But it's like, if they pass it, then who are you to say that it's not right? If you're Red Bull or Ferrari or Mercedes,
Yeah,
how
but
can
this
you
is
test it and say that it's not legit?
it's as I say, it's a story as old as time in Formula One. Though you will always get a team or multiple teams when they're not winning that will look at the car that is winning and go, "Is that legal? Should they be allowed to do that? Can they do this?" Because if they've
Well,
not got it, they're going to try and stop other teams having it. Simple as.
it's an easy solution, isn't it? Just say no, no,
It's
no
legal.
appeals allowed. If we pass it, we pass it, and if we find it not to be legal by watching it and seeing it, then we'll turn around and tell them.
Yeah,
But no appeals allowed.
yeah, it could work in theory, but unfortunately, the FIA is not competent
Adequate.
enough to ever make decisions, one, that are 100% right, and two, to half the time
Did you
read their
see
own
the other one the other
rules.
day when they let all the unlapped cars passed?
I
And
can't go back to that in my life. I've moved on from that one 3 years ago, and I ain't going back there again.
funnily enough, it was all right this time. Followed the letter of the law.
Mm. But
Good on
again,
Max.
and I didn't want to bring that example up because I would be accused of, oh, you're British and you harping on about 2021. The FIA couldn't follow their own rules back then, so I have no belief that they can do it
Oh,
now.
set of clowns. They might as well just bring VAR into Formula One and totally
We
ruin this
kind of
whole
do
thing.
have it in theory, don't we? Because stewards review video footage to make decisions, so we've
Oh
always had
god,
it.
yeah, badly as
And
well.
then Sainz has got fined for crossing the road.
Backwards.
No, on foot.
Crossing what road?
So when he crashed yesterday, he entered the track on foot before being told it was safe to do so by a steward. So he's been fined for that as well, which is a standard thing in F1. Hamilton got done for it in Qatar the other year. But yeah, just
Has he been fined a lot?
25,000 quid, I think, or something daft.
Yeah.
Which the team will probably pay for.
That's not a good day for him, is it?
No, be
Couple of
quite
million
expensive.
quid worth of damage. Has he had to take new engine parts or gearbox? He went in
I
backwards.
honestly don't know because I was busy. As soon as F1 ended, I put some other sport on. I think I watched some NFL highlights. To be
If he
honest,
has, he'll have to start further back, won't he?
yeah. So he was qualified 10th because he was in Q3 when he happened. So if he's taking anything, he'll either be 15th or pit lane, one or the other. But I don't know whether he has or he hasn't at this point. So I won't
It
lie.
was quite a big shunt backwards, wasn't it? So
I would expect the gearbox to be knackered. If I'm honest, I'll be surprised if it isn't because that's a heavy rear shunt.
I would,
So if he's
because he
got
was
away
pulling
without
all sorts
damage,
of
he's
gears
good.
and it weren't going forwards.
So I'm not 100% certain, but we shall find out in just over half an hour on that one when it all kicks off.
Does it start at 8? 7, 1.
Starts at, starts
When
at
does it
1
start?
for the rest of the world.
I was like looking at my clock thinking it's 7. Oh no, it's 7:30. Oh shit. It's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock starts. 1 o'clock. So we should know because he should be heading to the track. Oh, what's Max done here?
Yeah, grid will be
He's
open.
parked.
Pit lane will be open now.
Max has parked behind somebody.
What,
Oh,
on a main
he
road
swore.
or?
He swore at him in his helmet. I
We
saw
get a
him swear.
parking ticket now as well.
Flagged him off, so that's another. Oh, what's happened? He's doing a pit lane start, but it looked like Lando Norris starting that. Jesus Christ! And they got shunted by a Mercedes.
I'm just going to quickly move on to another sport that we don't usually touch on. Did you watch? Have you seen the boxing from last night?
Yes. Is he all right?
He has to
Does he
retire.
need me to phone him an ambulance? Because he tried to get up using his face. I haven't watched the fights, but I have watched the slap they gave him and put him down. I mean, yeah,
He's done.
game over for him, mate. Innit? Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, he's
it's quite,
got a close as they can fight him again to
but he can't. He's just got to stop.
rematch.
Just
Yeah.
stop.
I mean, he's reincarnated himself, come back and beat a few people. If he thinks he's beating Usyk to get to anyone else,
He's not beating Usyk ever. Never
I
ever.
mean, the bar's and bang average boxer, and he's made him look a fool, hasn't he? Did knock him down at first as well.
Knocked him down in nearly every round.
Like I
think
said, I
the
haven't
only
seen the
second
fight.
he stood up.
I've seen the still of the punch in the first where he moved his jaw a couple of foot, and then I've seen him hit him. I mean, it wasn't a big shot in the fifth, was it?
He never recovered from the first. He puts him down in first round, and his legs lock up from then on in. He's no movement. His guard is too low. His left hand's too low. There's no head movement. He's in wrong part at ring all the time. He's just done. There's nothing about him that you look that this is now what was a top level professional boxer 5-6 years ago. There's just
That
nothing.
smoke knocked out him by Usyk, didn't it? Oh, by
Andy Ruiz,
that big
originally.
fat guy from Mexico, wherever you're from.
Yeah. Andy Ruiz, the
He
original
never
guy.
lost that. He got cocky though. You get
Yeah.
cocky, you get knocked out, don't you? You
And
got too
then
cocky.
we've
I mean,
got
how many times have you been
Usyk
knocked out
Fury,
now?
didn't he?
4.
That's his fourth loss, yeah. He's only been knocked out twice because points were both the Usyk fights. He got
Usyk fight.
to
Yeah,
it.
but I mean, if Usyk had a knockout in him, it'd have smoked him, wouldn't it? I mean, he
Yeah,
never got close
absolutely.
to laying a glove on him. He's not beating Usyk.
No, I don't think anybody is
Usyk's
right
not
now.
watched that and thought, no, Joshua don't come back because I'm scared of him now. I mean, yeah. It would look like a dog trying to find a dog treat on the floor, didn't he? With a love shop.
Yeah, I just thought it was quite amusing.
It's
All
done.
this, he's coming back. It's I'm going to be world champion again, and you ended up on your face.
Eddie Hearn's brilliant, isn't it? Because Eddie Hearn's like, oh, everything is done for Brit. I mean, listen, when he was in his prime, it was great, but
Oh yeah,
that's gone. Game over. Move on.
you're only as
He's
good as your
done.
last fight.
Yeah, and the last few, he's been smoked by anyone decent. I mean, Dubois not even that good. He's a decent to high level British fighter, but he's not world class.
No, I think
We're not
Usyk will ruin
talking.
it.
Oh, unbelievable! Because he's that big, Usyk could just dance around him and put him into corners he's never even seen before, like he did to Joshua.
And
He's
Fury.
a big puncher. You just got to hope that you land that big punch, but Usyk don't get hit that often, does he? So,
No, because he's too good. He's too fast. He's too smart. He's too intelligent.
and even if he does, Usyk's knocking on now, and it's not like he's in the prime of his career. So it's like you take your chance and you beat him. But Joshua's not coming back from that.
I mean,
He'll take the rematch because he's got an ego, but
in
he
18
won't. Even
months,
if he wins it.
heavyweight boxing is going to be in a bit of a mess.
Mm.
Fury will probably have retired for the 74th time. Joshua's
It's a
done.
score
Dubois' done. Wilder's done. Zhang's lost. There's Parker, who's only lost once in 6 years-ish.
not big enough. Not big enough to be
And
an heavyweight.
Usyk will
Any
probably
decent
ruin all of them.
heavyweight just smokes him. He's not big enough to be an heavyweight, and he's not fast enough to beat Usyk. So he's
So
not.
who's left? It's kind of a dying division again, all unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, and I agree that AJ did bring it back to prominence. I don't
Yes, he did.
disagree with Eddie Hearn on that. And Eddie Hearn's made a hell of a lot of money out of Anthony Joshua. But there's a time and a place, and right now he's old news, isn't he? It's time to move on. Pack your bags, mate,
Yeah,
and off you go.
yeah, I'd call it a day.
Go and
I'd
do some
stop.
punditry.
Because unfortunately in boxing, it's all right to keep saying I'll come back. He could get seriously hurt if you keep fighting like that.
He looked quite hurt when he was sniffing the floor yesterday. He
Yeah,
didn't
but
look like
I
he
mean,
got a
long-term hurt if he's
sweat.
not careful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because these guys aren't. I mean, like I said, Dubois is not a world-class boxer, but you don't want to be punched by him.
No,
If he punches me, I'm not getting up. I'm
ever.
fucking daisies for the rest of my days. So, you got to be careful when these guys are punching you because they know how to punch.
Exactly. So he just
Yeah,
needs to
it's all right.
stop for me. Absolutely stop.
Yeah, stop wasting everyone's time and money, and let's put it to bed.
Indeed, indeed, indeed.
Did
Somebody
you
else that might
watch
be
any NFL?
putting things to bed. Nicely done. Your quarterback might be done.
Hmm. It's gonna be a good season for me, innit? I
Yeah.
watched 2 games and I've been crap. I've got no quarterback now. And the quarterback we have got, I've never even heard of him. Just a kid.
Yeah, because I think there's worries he's going to retire now. Like I did mention last week, it was rumored he
He
might.
did, and to be fair to you, he was right, because I didn't realise how many concussions he'd had.
Yeah,
And he's got a condition. So if he retires, I mean, they're literally going into the depths of the non-disclosed to find a quarterback, which is like unheard of, really. So yeah,
and we lost by a point. I mean, I've only watched. I mean, this Sunday my second week of
good,
watching
a good
NFL,
game actually. Good
and
game.
very much enjoyed it.
Chiefs game was absolutely world class. It was unbelievable. It was like a Man City Arsenal game. It was unbelievable. Really good
So
game.
far, what I've learnt is the Chiefs win no matter what happens. Is that a
Yeah.
fair assessment?
Patrick Mahomes is like Erling Haaland, basically. If he's got the ball in his hand, it generally ends up where he wants it to be. Give or take the odd amazing one-handed catch. But I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, some guy said it's the gloves too sticky. I'm like, what the fuck? I could have honestly give me any gloves you want. I ain't catching that with one
No,
hand. And that ball is massive. You're not
I mean,
catching that
I
with
could have
one
had a
hand.
digger
With
bucket on my hand
super
and I
glue
would have
on your
caught it.
gloves. I mean, that was unbelievable to catch that. Yeah. Chiefs, yeah, they just tend to win. They're just that good at the minute. But no, I'm going to go out and say they won't win it this year. They won't make it 3-4.
Who's going to win it then?
There's going to be somebody that just
Your turn
steps
to look
out of it.
like
I
a
don't
knob
know.
predicting things.
Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? I'm gonna tell you now who's going to win it. It's going to be somebody a little bit. It's not going to be Miami because we've got no quarterback.
Is it going to
I'm
be
going
the
to pick a
Eagles?
team.
Am I going to
Definitely
bring
not
good
going to be
luck
the
to somebody?
Eagles. Definitely not going to be the Eagles. Who am I going to pick? Who's going to win it this year? Buffalo look decent. You know what I might go for? And it's a team I were originally testing. It's either going to be for me Dallas Cowboys. I think Dallas Cowboys will win it. That's my first shout.
A team that did look good. Oh, are actually on
100.
TV today. Oh, we're on TV today. Marvelous. New Orleans last week battered somebody. I'm sure they did.
Yeah, they did.
They
They
ruined somebody.
battered. They did. It's somebody good as well. Was it not
Yeah. Was it not the Cowboys?
Cowboys? It was the Cowboys, wasn't it? Yeah.
So do you
Cowboys
just
will
want to
do well
rewind
this
to your
year.
prediction?
No, they've got an absolutely amazing quarterback. They'll do well. It's either going to be the Cowboys or someone like one of the Los Angeles teams. That's my
Okay.
choice.
We'll leave you as the expert on this subject, not me. But yes, today's
The
first game,
Chiefs will not win it.
Philadelphia, New Orleans today.
What time's that on?
6
1
o'clock
a.m.
kickoff.
4 o'clock.
11 o'clock your time.
I'll watch that.
No,
I'll watch that. No,
2
1
o'clock your
o'clock.
time.
I'll watch that tomorrow. What time's City kick off? 11:30. Did you say?
Yes, for you. 4:30 for us. For the rest of the world.
I might watch that then. I might watch a bit. Yeah, so Chiefs won't win it. And the
And while we're
Cowboys might.
staying on predictions, who's going to win this afternoon? I know we predicted earlier in the week.
City win.
No, Formula One that starts in 20 minutes.
I didn't know wrong. What I do know is it won't be Simons.
Oh,
Because
I can't wait to clip that one when there's chaos.
do you reckon that when he goes into meetings with his dad, they talk about how to take corners and he thinks, oh, I weren't doing that. I'll drift a corner. And then he
Well, his
tries to
dad was a
drift.
rally driver, so.
Exactly. And he thinks, well, I'll just follow my dad. And he puts in a wall. Lando wins, I think, now, doesn't he? I don't think Max is fast enough. I think he's just pulled it out of the bag one lap. Max ain't challenging him.
You're falling into my trap this week. You're saying some very,
Lando
very
wins.
bold things.
Lando wins, and Max is not on the top 3.
And the Chiefs don't win the Super Bowl. Okay, good
And
week
the
for
Chiefs
you.
don't win the Super Bowl. And City beat Arsenal.
Well, that's less shocking.
And Man U get top 4.
Just
And Everton
keep
get
digging.
relegated.
Just keep digging.
I've done it all. I've done them all. Clip them all up for end of season. I bet none of them are right.
Well, so far, I mean, our record of predictions is 100%. It's 100%
Oh, I slagged somebody
wrong.
off this week and they scored. Who scored that? I slagged off this week.
Probably everybody.
Oh, Everton scored. I have to slag them off, but they didn't win.
I've been asked to slag off Martinelli because Arsenal fans are worried he's not doing very well.
Don't
so
need to.
Shit.
17 games, no goals, no assists.
Is that how bad he is? Wow.
You don't need to slag him off. He's absolutely useless. He can't.
There we go.
He's not going to change, is he?
He's now going to score a hat trick today.
He's only got 1 foot as well. Absolutely wank. He won't play, so it don't matter.
True.
Probably starts and scores now.
So, I think we probably ought to just about wrap that up for another week. I'm going to go down.
That's like nobody in America off.
No, we'll give the Americans a break for this week because, you know, they might get upset if it doesn't come after us.
Well, 2% of people watching America.
Which means 98% don't. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. I'm not saying it. So, yeah. So, who's going to win then? You tell me who's going to win. You're the F1 guru.
Yeah, top that's 3. Going really well.
Go on. Don't say Lando wins, you know.
Max and Lando crash, Lewis wins.
Max and Lando crash. You know, if Max crashes into Lando, I can get to Singapore in a short time it'll take them to finish that race. And I'm going to pummel his little ginger hair. Weasel.
I'm going bold.
That better Lewis not come wins. True. If that comes true. Is Lewis third?
Yes.
Definitely. Lewis is having Max.
Sense, just by the way.
What, Mercedes?
Well, one minute it's 14th, then it's first, then it's 12th, and then it's second. It's like, what? Yeah. Decide if you've got a good or bad car.
It's a bit of a mishmash bag in it.
And it's also now looks like a
What's it like for overtaking here? It's rubbish for overtaking here, isn't it?
There's an extra DRS zone this weekend. There's a 4th one. So it may aid it, may not. We'll have to see.
It won't aid science, will it?
Well, not if your rear wing's not attached, I mean, you're going to be pretty quick in a straight line.
It did look better with that rear wing bent, to be fair. It looked like it'd do a lot more than it did before. Well, Leclerc was rubbish, weren't he, as well? What's happened to Ferrari? Why did they
Leclerc's lap time got deleted, so he ended up 9th.
Well, it weren't a great lap anyway.
No, I think he was 5th, 6th, if I remember rightly.
I mean, it's not like they were. I mean, I thought they were going to be good after your recommendations last week.
Look, right. I'm going to take the solace in the fact that this season is just hard to predict.
If anyone out there would like to do a sports podcast, we have a slot opening.
No, sports
The F1 team.
predictions.
The F1 team are sacking somebody. So, Lando and Max crash out.
Yes.
I feel like I'm a bit nervous now. I don't want to watch. You've got to get something right sometime, haven't you? Yeah.
You never know. A broken
I'll
clock's
take a Lewis
right
win.
twice a day.
Take a Lewis win. As long as Max doesn't do well, I'll take a Lewis win.
Yeah, I think we've done predicting death and destruction for another week. So I think for now,
All
I
good.
shall say
Go watch
goodbye
the race, and we will report back next week.
of how wrong I've been once again.
Yeah, it's all good.
Speak to you soon.
See you, bye.